This video is shot on a Sony camera, on two Sony cameras even. Sony making a smartphone, one with high-end ambitions even, and with a horrendous price point, should translate well into the camera experience. And it did. That's why I want to focus on the cameras in this review. But before we get to that, I will quickly walk you through the other specs of this €1,400 smartphone. The Sony Xperia 1 Mark VI has a decent build quality. It's made of a metal frame, Gorilla Glass Victus 2 on the front and Gorilla Glass Victus on the back, though the latter looks and feels like plastic and doesn't exactly match my expectations for a premium smartphone. The quick and reliable fingerprint reader is mounted to the frame. The SIM slot that doesn't need a tool to open is very unique, and it even fits a microSD card. Equally unique is the headphone jack, which is absent on almost all other flagship smartphones. Before we get to the screen, I want to mention that there's nothing in the box except for some paperwork and the smartphone itself. Not even a cable. The screen lags behind its competition. It offers Full HD Plus resolution, while Google and Samsung use Quad HD panels in their highest-end devices. The Pixel 9 Pro XL, for example, also has a higher maximum brightness with about 2500 lux compared to roughly 1600 lux for the Sony. The Xperia 1 Mark VI does offer 120Hz LTPO, an always-on display and 10-bit. On the screen you can see Android 14 powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. There's plenty of power available, as you would expect from such an expensive phone. 256GB of UFS 4.0 storage is the default. On the flip side, Sony offers just 3 major Android updates, probably already including Android 15, and 4 years of security patches. They don't mention if these patches are offered monthly. It really bugs me that Sony didn't even care to enable themed icons for their first-party bloatware. It bugs me even more that they install third-party bloatware, Facebook, LinkedIn and Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, to be precise. A couple of days ago I met up with a friend to shoot some pictures. But let's start at the top. The Xperia 1 Mark VI offers 3 main cameras alongside a selfie camera, which I don't care too much about. Pictures look pretty good, sometimes a little soft for my taste, and the highlights tend to burn out a lot. There is a lot less digital processing happening compared to, let's say, a Google Pixel or iPhone. The ultra-wide camera feels even softer and not quite on par with the competition. The zoom lens is amazing during daylight because it offers a variable optical zoom reaching from 85mm to 175mm, though the rather closed aperture makes this lens almost unusable at night. If you just look at how the pictures and videos look, the JPEGs in particular, you would probably be rather disappointed. They're overall below the average of current flagship smartphones. Videos also suffer from a lack of sharpness and massive amounts of grain, sometimes even during daylight. It gets worse when I switch to 120 frames per second. Though overall, I actually like the video quality better than the stills, which is quite weird. What mostly makes this camera system great is the abundance of features. The dedicated shutter button is amazing. Eye autofocus for humans and animals works exceptionally well. Everything, including the focus, can be set manually. No other smartphone on the market comes even close to having so many manual camera controls. Also, having a variable zoom offers new creative possibilities that a lens with a fixed focal length can't give you. Sony nails the usability aspect, focal lengths, video mode features, manual controls and image stabilization. Even the microphones are pretty good. But for point-and-shoot style photography without any urge to edit the pictures, I'd absolutely prefer my Pixel. Maybe I'm just too fucked up by digital processing, over-sharpening and the generally more lively look other smartphones opt for, but I don't quite get the approach Sony is taking with this camera setup. For professional use, it doesn't offer enough. Why isn't S-Log an option in the camera app? For casual use, it offers too much, while losing sight of how most people actually use their smartphone cameras as a point-and-shoot style, compact camera replacement. Before I wrap this up, we need to have a quick chat about the battery. The Xperia 1 Mark VI uses the rather low brightness and low resolution screen to make a 2-day battery life possible. More than 10 hours of screen on time over a course of 48 hours is easily doable. That's better than the whole competition. Charging isn't quite world leading with 30 watts, but the 5000 mAh battery is full after 75 minutes, which isn't too bad. Wireless charging is supported as well. If you made it this far, thanks so much for tuning in. Overall, the Sony Xperia 1 Mark VI offers a camera setup with tons of features, the best battery life available in a high-end spec device, and a couple of other features that are unique to this phone. Though I must say that I was underwhelmed by the screen, the update policy, the JPEGs the cameras produce, and the slightly cheap feeling back of the phone. Also, I expected way more comprehensive audio features. I didn't see any reason to use my headphones with this phone over the Pixel. Sony set a niche for themselves, but kinda failed to deliver a phone that matches the standards people from this niche reach for. I love photography, videography and high-end audio, yet I wouldn't buy this phone, especially not for the ridiculous price tag.